going? So, today we are going to be fixing a slight problem that involves one block. Or should I say a row of one block? Because if we come over here, you can see that there is one block. And if we go over this side, there is in fact not a block. It is. Yeah, the block does not exist. Also, how is everyone? How is everyone going? And this is, much to my frustration, this is the third, fourth situation of things being one block out. Like, first it was the wall, then it was this, and now it's this. And there was one other thing, but I don't remember what it is. So, I'm thinking what we'll do is we will just pretend that the wall is supposed to be like this, and we will just add another layer like this, and nobody will be the wiser unless they come around and they do sneaky measuring thing. But because of the size of this place, it should be fine. And because of the size and everything else, it should be okay to be like, oh yeah, this all works out. It should be fine. my goodness. I'm getting almost sick of things being one block out. Oh my goodness. This is getting to the point where it's almost silly. There we go. Because I was coming around and doing the paths after the power cut was fixed last stream, and I noticed the fact that it was all a bit wonky, and I was like, no, this isn't okay. It turns out, well, I guess we're going to have to fix it because, or fix it or fudge it or something like that, because otherwise we're going to have to do something. Because otherwise things are just funny like that. And I think doing it this way will mean that it's a lot more subtle than if we had like a banner or something like that, because that would be the other way we could fix it, is if we make deeper pillars and then we add a banner. Because if you come around the corner and you're not counting anything, then you just see the banner, the wall continuing, and that is fairly safe, sane, sensible, some sort of S word that fits in there fairly well. But if you add a banner, then for a feature piece, then you need to make sure that it works out well in the area that you're working it into. I'm thinking if we do it to there, or even to here. Yeah, if we bring it back to about here, so we've got a double diagonal, that'll be good. Okay. Because if we do it, yeah, there, we just slip that in, we should be good. We should have everything flowing, should be good and nice and bouncy. But yeah, I totally ripped my ration book when I saw this. But on the bright side, this is what thinking on our feet is for, and we can fix it. And running out of blocks. So hopefully, like, this should be enough. Otherwise we can gig. We've got some more in storage, so it should be fine. Because I'm thinking today we'll be able to get the walls up around at least this area, and then remove the false floor and start on the second level. About here, I think will be good. Which is why we have our villager friend. Because we've maneuvered him so that basically he's safe and sound and not going to get into any troubles while we actually do any building or anything like that. He's safe and sound on the fixed level, and everything is organized. Oop. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Done skis. Perfect. So now all we need to do, remove this. And hopefully I still haven't worked out what we use for actually getting honey blocks up at a reasonable rate. Like, I look at them and I'm like, yes, there's got to be a block, but I still don't know what it is. Like, maybe it's a hoe? Wait, do we have a hoe on us? No, we do not. Okay, we got to try that out. Because if it's a hoe, we've been missing out. Do. And hi, Corbin. Welcome back. So today we are busy working on the walls, and then we'll be removing the floors, or at least this fake floor down here. So we'll be able to work on the next floor down once we finish the walls. Because that'll be the first bit, the second bit, the bit that we have organized. Something like that. And we've removed the villager that was handily fixed up from down here. So he's all sorted. I hope it wasn't too bad. Like, every time I see Cuphead, I'm like, oh. I really want to try it, but it looks like it'll make me mad, so I don't actually try it. Like, my gumption just disappears. So, as for what happened last time before the power went out, the frogs turned into a casino machine? That's really fascinating. So we have a really fancy filigree going around the edges. We have a sun and the moon. And yeah. And then this is what I did off stream. I started working on the path. Yeah, my power went out on Friday, so that would be Thursday for you guys. And then I found out later that day that it was actually a scheduled power outage, and I was like, I am so mad about this. I could have scheduled my stream later in the day. I was not impressed. But one of the things that I had not realized was that basically this here is a false wall. I've had to add it because otherwise this area here is 1 block too wide. So it has really ripped my ration book because I've been brainstorming all weekend on how to hide it because I can't fix it. So I've put in an extra, yes, the walls of cheese, they have arrived. So I've put in a false wall, and we're going to be decorating these walls as the first order of business. And then we will be erecting the real walls around them. And I'm thinking we go with a mixture of honeycomb, frog lights, and have fun. I hope you enjoy the stream tomorrow. Anyways, frog lights, honeycomb, and oh, what's the other thing? Honeycomb, frog lights. I don't know. Maybe other, like, I know that daylight savings is a thing, and for most of you guys, you've just gotten off summer vacation, so that probably has a thing to do with it. Like, on one hand, I'm rather sad that I've also gotten really good at not mixing up my tridents, because I haven't had an opportunity to add to the wall of mischief. So so basically what's going to be happening is these pillars here mark the point where we go from outside with a railing to actually inside. So these are going to be great big open door things, like an archway leading to properly inside, but we're not going to be putting actual doors. We do need a thing to be putting on the wall of mischief. Yes. Trident. Perfect. Actually, if we leave both what is something that happens? Running into things, taking fall damage. That's something that happens a lot. Actually, I have an idea. If I get a book and we carry the book around, and the first person to note who, yes, misplaced blocks. But if I carry the book around and the first person to note the misplaced block, let's go with the misplaced block rather than fall damage, they get their name in the book. And then at the end of the day, we will, actually, that'll be the next room we make, is a room for the misplaced block room. 1, 2, 3. And then we need some ink and a feather. And I'm sure we'll get up to mischief. You know, actually, oh, what would we call it? Adventure. Misplaced block. We can't fit that. Block guide. Okay. So, actually, I have an idea. Every stream, we put, what's it called? We put a theme on the book. And then, everyone, when there's something that goes in the book, the first person that mentions it goes in the book. Sound like a plan? This idea, it's like a scavenger hunt. Whether it's actually playing with the trident or anything like that, like, it feels like a game. So, what I think we'll do is for this wall, we'll go with 1, 2, 3. We'll go with a base of honeycomb. And hopefully, now comes the fun part, because I'm guessing we have lined this up. This is good. I was like, oh, this is great. Actually, we'll have the damage one next time. And basically, we did not line this up because this needs to line up there. Because these are going to join up and then form into an extra tower, basically. So the scaffolding. Honeycombs. Dude, you're right. That was... I need to be more onto it. I'm going to end up with so many names in this book. And then... hopefully, it should be like this. And we'll worry about this pillar later because it'll be connecting to stairs and things. But for now, it should just be this pillar. And then, with this one, I'm thinking we go with... Actually, I don't think we've used bone blocks, but I think bone blocks will look really cool. Like that. Because that still fits in with the same vibe. Yeah? Then we come in with some walls. Yeah, yeah. That was deliberate. And then feel like I've unleashed a monster. And hopefully I sense this is going to be a whole thing. Oh no! What have I done? So hopefully... This should be interesting. This should be very interesting. So, basically, what happens is all we need to do is fill in this bit. I'm thinking we go with sandstone because it's a nice bland block. It's not too obtrusive. We might end up replacing these bits so that they line up better. But for now, we'll leave them and see how everything looks. Yeah, like sandstone's so useful. It's got so many different ways you can use it. I really appreciate sandstone, especially when you can go and you can smelt it and then like you can cut it into different shapes and stuff. I think that we should be putting something through here, but I'm not sure what. So I think first we attack here. And what we should do is have like a little alcove. So floor first, something very flat that is differentiated from the main corridor a bit. And possibly a bit quieter. So I think we shouldn't use the honeycomb, but possibly the terracotta. And then definitely the frog lights, because frog lights have been so much fun to work with. So if we come in and we have mostly the brick, because they're giving quite a, like they've got the texture of something that's been worked with versus something that isn't full on raw like the wall, and it's less texture. And we can also blend it in with these areas like that. And then possibly a little bit of a texture through here. Yeah. So it's giving the visual idea that this is somewhere that's closed off or separate. And no, I'm looking at the color and I'm like, yeah, that's a bit too strong for something that's just chilling. So we're going to go with frog lights. There we go. Boom. No. The way I see it, we deliberately put that block down. We deliberately looked at it, we examined it, we saw whether it fit with our palette, and then we were like, yeah, no, we're going to paint over that. Whereas if I was like putting blocks in here and then I ended up putting one there, I'm like, yeah, that's a misplaced block. Like that for me is misplaced, if that makes sense. Speaking of which, may as well get our blocks. I think from here, we do the same on the other side. Yeah, okay. And one of the things we also need to do is extend this out. Perfect. You have bamboo with us? No, we do not. We will come back for that. Because basically, these sides, both of these sides are meant to be the same, or within cooey of being the same. Which is why this whole wall situation. No! Wi-Fi problems are the worst! Like, the walls are supposed to be the same, and the whole build is supposed to be... at least this top part is supposed to be symmetrical. The lower parts are welcome to not be symmetrical. We are looking... Which shulker box actually has... Oh no, wait, we ran out of endstone. We need to get some more. So, being able... Also, there is evidence of it being one block out yet again, because I had to remove that whole back plate and move it in by one block. It was the worst. Because the whole thing was 20... It was either 24 or 25 blocks long, and it needed to be in by one block. And it was really super frustrating. Okay, we need endstone. Yeah! Like, I don't think I've had this level of problems on a build since, at least with counting on a build, since 2016. I need to be... Did that have an A? That has an A. I'm not sure what it is. But the counting is out to get me. I can do that. But I kind of think that it's almost okay. Like, sometimes this is how you learn to accept new design decisions, right? Oh no. Own, why do you be so cruel? We need that, and then we also need some more sandstone, which will be... Well, there's the more endstone. I really need to sort out these shulker boxes. Let's grab some smooth sandstone, it's fine. No one's going to see the sides, it's fine. I think... Oh wait, we were going to be putting that away. Kinda. Like, I think... If I came here for a resort stay, I think I'd want to stay in the sunroom. You're too good. Your eyes are too good. Oh my goodness. Boop. Okay, that keeps that up to where it needs to be. So hopefully, now all we have are these central bits, and I'm kind of thinking what we'll do is we'll add a little sun on this side and a moon on the other. What we'll do is we'll mark out the center of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's just quite literally... Eh? I'm not following that. We're going to have to go like this. Oh, right. Gotcha! And then if we go and we put honeycomb, I'm thinking underneath. Like that. And that should... Okay, no problem. And that should... I'm thinking... If we have the honeycomb underneath, that should bring up some vibrancy. And it'll also bring in some roundness. Yeah. It'll probably also take a few streams for the book or anything to catch on, because like mini games like that, I imagine, will take a while to spread. Oh yeah, we don't have any yellow glass anymore. Because, like, for one, I don't have a huge amount of people that come through. And also, yeah, I think people will catch on eventually. I should probably put like a theme of the day just in like a top corner so people can know what the theme is. That would probably be a good idea. And then if we come in like this, I think would be good. Oh no, we haven't done the rest of the corners yet. I think that's good. There we go. I think that makes a sun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like, book of the day. Misclicked blocks. Book of the day. Fall damage. Like, I think that would be good. Okay, so for moon, I think if we go bone block, and I think if we just, because I think trying to do a crescent moon will be really tricky. So if we just do the same pattern as we did there, but we do it for like in a moon type situation, so dark and white, I think would be good. I think the main part with that will be trying to find a good font that'll be readable and but not too generic, because I don't know you guys, but I have a beef with Arial. Like the font. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. We could probably pull it off with some calcite, so let's experiment. Because we could make it look like it's marble. Yeah, so we got 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Scientific rule thing? Could you describe what it does? Find a problem. Then some other stuff. Okay. This is sounding vaguely scientific. Ah. Yeah, that is. Yes. That is very scientific right there. Okay, I think that gives us a moon. A very skinny moon, but a moon nonetheless. Because one of the things that we're battling is these paths don't meet up quite correctly. So, actually, if we go like that, that helps a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll sink backwards one block and we'll add our deep slate tiles. And then we'll add, I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll add some, what's it called? Blue. So that it feels like an evening sky rather than a full night sky. Do we do that one? I think we do. Because this... Oh, regular show. I've seen clips, but it's never been on a channel that I can watch. At least watch easily. Wait, just checking. Regular show's the one with Gumball? Or is regular the show the one with the blue bird? No, no. Oh, yes. Oh, no, wait. Gumball is the Amazing World of Gumball, isn't it? Yeah. No, I like the Bluebird always had seemed interesting to me, but I have not seen much at all. Okay, so that should give us a moon. Hopefully. It might end up brushing up against the wall, so we'll leave the back half of this. I'm kind of hoping that we can add in a little alcovey towery bit here later, but we'll see how we go. Now comes the fun part, because we gotta join walls and things and do things. Wait, we have all the stuff in our inventory. Why am I going back? The lack of scaffolding is why I'm going back. This is why. Oh my goodness. Right, and can we slip some of this away? Yes! Well, I think the thing is, like, when it comes down to building, and this probably has something to do with why things end up one block out, I think very visually, and I'm like, oh yes, yes, this is the picture of what I want to achieve. And I always forget about the numbers of what is required. So, yeah. Yeah. That's actually a measurable effect. And, oh. Some scientists did a study on that effect, and basically what happens is your brain resets when they walk into the room. Now we're wanting to go, that's 15 right there, so how? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 there. And basically, now how's it go? Yeah, your brain can, it basically resets on what it's thinking. 2, 3, 4. And some people are more prone to it than others. Actually, we'll take it up to here and then we'll go in 2. Yeah, this is a good height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Brilliant. And basically, from there, what it does is it's like your brain taking a big breathe in, breathe out, and going, it's a new day, it's a new me, except it's doing that when it walks into a room. It's not very useful. So if that's 9, and we're going up 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay. Yeah, it's not very useful. And it can happen at the most inopportune times. How did we do this? I'm going to have to check how we did this. Okay, so we put pillar there. Oh, wait. This is the only pillar we can do like this. You ultra thick booty wall. This is so unfair. Okay. Fine. We're doing it like this. Okay. Now I lost count of how tall that was. You know, we're just going to take a picture of the F3 on where our feet are at, and we're going to work from there because the wall is thick. Oh, no, we can't do that because that's going to be visibly different than that wall over there. Okay. We can work with this. So, there has got to be a way around this. Also, I want to try out a hoe on this. Because there has got to be a way. Okay, a hoe is not the way to break this. How do you break this? It's not an axe, I'm pretty sure. Is there a specified tool for breaking honey? Apart from like melting the stuff, the way to fix it would be either to make this path 6 blocks wide, which is not ideal, or rebuild the entire throne room, push it over by 1, and then bring the entire pathway over by 1. And I don't know, but either of these options has me crying inside. So what we're going to do is we are going to fudge this pillar so that basically it will be noticeable. Oh, another option, of course, is to make this area 1 block wide, and we can add different pillars to it. And then have a banner so that it or murals or things like that, so that it looks like this side is deliberately wider, which is also an option, which initially I thought was going to be the worst option. Unfortunately, I think, yeah. So far, we have misplaced a block layout on the moon thing. That was 2 blocks wide. Then there was this. Then there was also the fact that this place was 1 block too wide. Also on the mob farm, each of those pillars on the bottom was, they were all different distances from the center. And then on the secondary pillars above the initial disc, one of them was out. Thank God I caught it before I was doing secondary battlements and things, because I think I would have gone crazy by then. But I can honestly say, forget wardens, forget raids, forget anything else. Misplaced blocks are my worst enemy. I think by this point I'm quite willing to go attack piglins or piglin brutes, because I found my worst enemy and it is me. Yes, I have leveled up! Or down, I'm not sure which. I've leveled in some way, I don't know which way. I may be going slightly... Yeah! And the worst thing is, I think, this is actually... Ow. The worst... Ow, my forehead stinks. The worst thing is... This is not a new problem. This is something that's been a problem since I started building. Like, you know. Like, yeah. Unfortunately. I once built a tower from old build limit to old build limit. And I discovered halfway through building it that it was a circle. I had just discovered how to build really big circles. And I discovered that one of the sides was 1 block out. There was nothing to do but fudge it, because I was several hundred blocks into this build. Because, yeah, I'm pretty sure my forehead's going to have a red mark from that face palm. If we go 5 blocks wide, and then we can... We can put a, maybe we could put like a bannery thing in these big alcoves. And then I think that'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably one of the reasons why I got so heavily into building organics, because with organics and trees and things, they're not symmetrical. You don't end up going bonkers trying to make them symmetrical either. Yep, this is the right foot. So, you know, play to your strengths. But that being said, I don't believe in... I don't believe in staying in one place. I don't believe in staying in one build style. I don't think it's worth it, because you end up stagnating and stuff. So going and stretching out of my build style and stuff like that, I think it's worth it too. It's worth the frustration. Despite everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, and like you can end up getting stuck building the same thing over and over again. Because I can build tree houses all day long and they'll look amazing. But, or I can build caves, I can build nature preserves, I can build circles. Circles I'm good at. Yes, exactly. Where did we go? One? I think it's these ones. Yes, we should absolutely become the avatar of building. Maybe that's what I should do for Halloween. Dress up as Avatar. The only question is, are we dressing up as blue monkeys? Or the real Avatar? I'm not sure if I can pull off the tail. I kind of think this one that we finish on. Yes, perfect. Okay. Oh. I mean, people are free to clip stuff. I'm not against people clipping stuff. I think it's a good way to share things around. Talking about blue monkeys, yeah. Sure. Just do that for now so people don't fall through. I mean, personally speaking, the message of the last Avatar, the real Avatar, is better than the blue monkeys Avatar. Overall. Like, James Cameron's Avatar, I think, had some good ecological messaging, but I don't think overall, I think it was more style over substance. How are we going to pull this off? We go and we bring this down. And then like that, maybe? Like, on one hand, I'd really like to keep the in stone, but I don't think we can without it really showing through. I think if we keep that sort of vibe, that would be good. Yeah, like there's some good ecological messaging in there, but I think Avatar deals with it just as well. But that being said, like, it's also, I think it also could have been said in a lot less time. Like, that movie was 3 hours long. It was a really, like, I think it was more than 3 hours long. It was a very long movie. Whereas, like, oh, real? Wow, it actually, like, it felt way longer. Oh, wait, no, we do need to be here. Like, it was also the first movie I saw with the modern 3D. So, because in New Zealand, unless you're in the main city centres, you don't get 3D movies. You just really don't, because 3D movies over in New Zealand are pretty, like, the technology isn't really worth it to run. It's, not many places have the glasses and things and all of that. These are worth, these are good. I like these. So it was really cool because where I was at the time, we had to go to another city who had actually brought the technology to actually run the movie in 3D. And the movie had actually paid for the technology that they had brought. So the hype was worth it for that cinema, I guess. That being said, that was the strictest cinema I had ever been in regards to bringing in outside snacks. They were all like, if you bring in your outside snacks, we will throw you out if we spot them. And it wasn't even a great cinema either. So, oh yeah. You know, comparing that to the director's cuts of Lord of the Rings, that's not hugely long. Okay, I think this is a good compromise. If we make this side completely different to the other side, I think we're good. And then if we make up moon-themed banners, I think we're onto something. Wait, how long is that? I haven't seen it. Although, is that longest in the world with a... I was gonna say, is that longest in the world with a theatrical release? Or longest in the world just flat out? Oh, okay, so it's probably longest in the world with a theatrical release because an independent filmmaker, because so what happens when movie makers make their movies is they have to submit their movies to the ratings board, and this is quite expensive. And at one point, and also, if there is a specific rating they want, like G, PG, M, whatever, there are certain things that they can add or not add, like more swearing, less swearing, sexy times, things like that. And anywho, this is an expensive process. So for indie filmmakers, if they're wanting to present their stuff to the public, they have to go through this as well. And so basically, one filmmaker, he was trying to get a rating on his film, and it was, of course, expensive, and it kept getting rejected for from what I remember, it kept getting rejected for the rating he was wanting, because, of course, the different people, because when you have different people, they look at the film differently each time they review it. So the standards aren't perfect. And he's like, yo, this is unfair. This is expensive. I'm cutting into my savings, putting this film through again and again. So he sets up a GoFundMe. Yeah. And so what happens is, damn it, he goes ahead and what are these? Is it just sheep jumping over a fence? And he goes ahead and he sets up his cameras and lights and things, and he goes and he paints. He makes a movie about watching paint dry for 14 hours. And then with the GoFundMe money, he presents it to the board and makes them watch paint dry for 14 hours. Okay. I'm kind of thinking that now we've got those in place, we can put some banners in and just have them in this slot here. And it eventually got a universal rating, meaning that it is good for everyone to watch. Wow, a movie that is 3 days old. I want to look that up. I don't think I will watch all of it, but I think I'll skip through it. That has me really curious. If we drop off 85 hours, well, I will definitely look that up and see what it's like. I'm really, really curious now. I'm probably more curious than I should be on this matter. Oh my goodness. Alright, it has been way too long since I've made a banner. Actually, let's make a loom. Loom. We need... How do we... Okay, I know we need like 4 of these. And then some of this. Okay, and then we shall experiment. Because basically, if we can make a crescent, that would be great. But otherwise, if we just go ahead and we make just a full moon, I'm thinking that would be good. No, die. Okay. How do we do this? Well, we can get a full moon. Then, is there a way to add a chunk out of it? once. Oh, wait. If we go like this, and then we grab one of these, and then like that. Does that look like a moon to everyone? Because I don't think we've got anything that really points directly into the moon as a thing. But this... Oh, wait! We have a half moon! We can have a half moon! This is great! Okay. Now, I know we can go like this. And ha! We get all of our moons! Perfect. Oh, I was just thinking we could add like a blue gradient coming up, and I think that would also look good. Let's just try it. We've got one spare. Who die? And moon. Some of that. Oh, wrong way. Oh, you know, if we did the moon on top... No, we can't do the moon on top. I like it, though. How does it look in real life? It's much pretty. What do you guys think? Yes? Okay, we'll keep it. Awesome. Okay, so we just boom and boom. Wait, I don't... Oh, that's not fair. Okay. Oh, where's the cauldron? Next step, cauldron. Wet these, soak them, let the dye just fade on out, and then we try this all over again. We do have cauldrons, right? Because we can wash out all the colors from the banner, because you can do that with ominous banners and end up with nothing left on the face. It's really good for if you're wanting to try again. How is there no cauldrons? Okay. I'm kind of surprised about this. Oh. Doopy-doopy-doopy-doo. We'll take this with us. There shall be nothing of the wiser. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Good doing business. One of those. I think. I regret everything. We left the bucket behind. We're going round in circles. Okay, next time we don't actually leave everything behind. We actually take the bucket with us. This is the smart thing to do. Oh well. It's also quite interesting. Like, I think with movies, ones that have been made from books, I think inherently have a completely different vibe to ones that have been made with movies. Because you end up looking at them and I don't know, it kind of sometimes feels like there's quite a disconnect. Or maybe that's just me. Because, wait, what? Let's just do it this way. Thank you. Perfect. And like with movies, the depth of character feels whole, and yet with book movies, I suppose, it sometimes feels like there's something missing, like something's been forgotten. Or maybe I just watch really bad book movies. Like, or maybe it's because I read the books before I watch the movies half the time. That is amazing! Okay, we've got... Are those even? 1, 2? 1, 2? Yes! Okay, they are even. Okay, I'm kind of thinking we'll put a railing up here. We'll get some copper. And just make a banner holder thing. I think that'll be good. And we will use the rest of these in here. We'll get more of these. I think these are cool. And so, I think, now that we've got... I was going to say, but now that we've got those in place, we'll work in here. But I think we'll work in here. So, let's get skedoodling. And we'll work from the back to the front so that we can actually get some sort of accurate sensibility on where things are at. And I think what we'll do is we will use the glorious tool of F3 to make sure that everything's lined up and being hunky-dory. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 128. And I think what we'll do is we'll make sure that it's these internal pillars that we're working to. Because by doing that, what this is going to do is that's going to create the general basis for the roof of this place. So that we've got the air circulating through the area and all of that. And hopefully it should work. 128. Seven, 8. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is going too easy. I'm severely worried for what is actually happening. There's going to be a miscount somewhere and I'm not sure where. Oh my goodness. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Oh. I opened my mouth and I allowed Murphy to come in. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 8. There we go. Perfect. And okay, so that's the even height. We like it. We appreciate it. So I'm thinking we'll come along with some stripped acacia along here so that we're framing the glass so it's not going to wobble. And having glass all framed, we like it. Or possibly even birch so that it's still very light and airy and fluffy. Glass doesn't come in fluffy. Is something else. Something else that is also applicable in this circumstance. And then we'll start by shoring up these pillars so that it all works. Oh, wrong one. Okay, we have got to get these sorted after stream today because this is getting to the point of actually being messy and it's going to end up being a problem. Okay, first stop, tree farm. Second stop, maybe the chest. I was going to call it a chest monster, but no, it is a carefully organized set of chests that is masquerading as a chest monster. Oh, look. So hopefully we should be able to... Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the heights of this and I'm like, oh my goodness, what have we done? But I think that's actually a really good stage in any build because once you get to the oh my goodness, what have you done? It's like, yes, it's gonna look great. At that point, you know it's gonna be great because everything is going to fit into all of the fun parts. Oh, also, check it out. Let's go with that. Bam! Isn't this cool? These are the shaders. So, I've been playing around with shaders a bit recently. I don't think I'm going to do any regular, like using them on a regular basis. I just think these are so pretty. I'll probably post screenshots or use them as like, oh my goodness moments. But yeah. These are super duper shaders. I think they're called super duper vanilla shaders. And yeah, they're based off of the shaders that Minecraft were originally intending to release, or they teased, or something like that. And yeah, I just think they look really cool. This is a problem because I know that side's less lit up. We got a villager over there who has already been a zombie once, probably does not want to be a zombie again. Okay. Now I think we shall skedoodle so the villager does not end up a zombie again. Oh, wow. Like, just adding a frame to the glass makes it look so different. Yes. Feel the sun. And I think, like, it's stuff like that. When that sort of stuff happens, and I'm talking about the crypt logs. I think stuff like that, and doing little things like that, I think are really the things that make a world, like, make a build, not just a world, really unique. Okay, hopefully, no, that is the wrong block. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. So now, there we go. I think that looks good. So we'll be getting basically some roof arches through here. I'm really hoping that that lines up with that. It should line up with that because it lines up on the ground. That being said, counting does not appreciate life, the universe, and everything, and we do not appreciate it either in return. So, if it does not, then we just sigh and move on with our day, and we will figure something out. Like, maybe perhaps some more lines just here, there, and everywhere? Is this even? Yes, it is. This is good. Because what we can do wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So what we can do is 5. There we go. Perfect. Is from there, just stretch a line all the way across. Same on that side, and then we'll also be adding extra lines across, and then these are also going to stretch across into the throne room, and that will create the roof, because this roof in here is going to be glass. Speaking of which, did I see sand melting? I better check that. If we don't have sand smelting, that might be a bit of a trouble. There we go. Because basically, we're going to use the sand to do the smelting, and it'll basically end up becoming white tinted glass. Oh, we must have smelted all the sand. Never mind. This is good. We appreciate this. And from there, we get a whole bunch of cool stuff. Mostly in the form of the roof for here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's even. I'm probably going to come back later and be like, that is not even at all, but it's fine. We're going to live with it. Here we go. And I think... Oh, there we go. Wait, we did grab more? Yes. Okay. Oh. Where did it go? There. Wait. Oh. Bollocks. Perfect. No problems. Ah. There we go. Lovely. Okay. So now we should be able to go and lay a line of this like this. And hopefully not have too many problems. We don't have too many problems. This is great. Best time ever. Oh my goodness, I'm so worried about that. Like, there is just something about trying to have everything lined up that is so worrying and stuff, because it's that moment of realizing that, yeah, this is the moment of knowing whether you actually have to put in so many hours again into the build and be like, yes, congratulations, you're actually going to have to go and rebuild everything. Or, no, it's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. You don't have to rebuild anything. Thank you. Like, sometimes, I don't know, like, I think that is one of the most demoralizing things of builds, is sometimes you go ahead and you're like, yeah, I have put so many work hours into this, and now it's the point where things connect up and they don't connect. Like, sometimes that hurts. But, like, I think it's okay. As long as you're able to pick yourself up and try again, then it's worth it. Or go practice on another thing, or go build something else for a while and maybe come back to it another day. Because sometimes when it's just like, yeah, no, this isn't for me today, then it's definitely time to go play Doom or something. Or maybe Skyrim. Or Valorant or something. Whatever's your flavor. There we go. Okay, so now my ankles. So now we should be able to connect these two main pieces. And these end cap blocks, they'll be going. And will they be going? I'm thinking as we go, because basically it's the question of whether we end up swapping them out for something visually pretty, or whether we keep them where they are and have something a bit more like they're not visibly there. Aha! Because of the fact that they're being extended is the question. Because we can have them be there and not cause too much of a fuss. And then up like that. Because oh, it always feels so good to see like cross beams and stuff going into place. Okay, we're going with scaffolding. We shall be sensible about this. We get everything? No idea. It's fine. Like, I think when you're dealing with vertical surfaces, the way of going, whichever way of going up that causes you the least frustration is the optimal way. But also, like, it doesn't have to be the way that is the most efficient. Like, you might enjoy climbing with water buckets, or you might be someone who enjoys tridenting everywhere. So, or you might enjoy overusing rockets. So, like, go ham on whichever way, I think. Personally? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, we got 19 on this side, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 and 19, so that gives us 3 5s and a 4, right? Okay. So I think if I remember correctly, that section there is a 5. So I think if we divide it at that intersection there, cut it off, and that'll give us 14. So that'll give us 2 sections of 7. Math, please, math. It's even? Yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I did not math, but 11 is actually quite nice to work with. So if we come out to 11, I think that would be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you know what? We will not mind the rest of whatever's happening here. Hell yeah. We're fine. I think if we do it this way, it'll mean that the majority of this should be good, should be chill. And 11 is a decent amount of size to be working with. And I think it'll be in scale for this build. Oop. So we shouldn't have too much issue. Hopefully. Like, there is always potential that... Because I do a lot of my builds freestyle. With, like, I generally make a reference sketch or something like that. Or maybe sometimes I work off an image in my head. Because that's what works for me. And I know for a lot of people, that is not what works for them. So I know that, like, seeing this, it's like, okay, this is a thing. So what we're going to be doing is these will be extending out this way. And they're going to be the main structures that will be supporting the roof of here and the roof of over there. And from there, or at least from in here, we're going to go and follow this path just one block in from the moonstone. Not moonstone, it's endstone. I almost called it cheese. But anywho, we'll be following that track and then basically making a glass ceiling here. And so what we need, we're going to come along with bamboo planks, go one block out, place these like this, bring that in, and we're going to make a ring for each of these squares. And what's going to happen is the glass is going to sit on top of this. Speaking of which, we need all the bamboo. I think that's one of the things that hasn't been added. So basically, when we look up, it's a small detail, but it's a detail that it wouldn't have been noticed if it wasn't there. But now that it is there, it's something that really adds to the place. Gosh, this looks cool. And doing stuff like that, I think, is the part of doing building that is really, really awesome. Because when you do stuff like that and you add little bits and little pieces, it really helps builds really come alive. Because you're left with builds that have little details and nooks and crannies and things like that that just really brighten up the place. Don't need any of that. Although we'll probably need the bones, so we will need the bones later because we need to be dyeing glass white. And so it'll probably be a good idea to have that. Also, we have a llama. I found it. It was lost. It was alone. It needed adopting. So now we have a llama. I put a name tag on it just in case it would go away. It was so tragic. Its origin involved... Well, it involved a sword, but we don't talk about that. I think we need some more scaffolding. Just looking at that, I'm like, I'm actually rather impressed that we've still managed to keep all the scaffolding in one place. Bonus! I think that's almost... Like, this has been almost a first for me. Keeping everything in one place. I've almost been replaced by a pod person. Oh, stays there. Actually, we can probably go like this. Yeah. Oh, wait, food. Food is something that needs to stay there as well. Food is an important thing that we eat on a regular basis. This is an important thing, yes. Here we go. Okay, so that should be in the right position generally. Yes. Actually, it'd probably be easier if we went like this. And do we have torches? Yes, we do. This is good. So now, we're thinking with our brains. Because one of the things we're going to need to worry about is actually having this semi-spawn proof. I'm not super worried about creepers and stuff right now, but eventually we're going to need to worry about it. So we'll probably come through with some glow lichen or something like that. Because the idea of a creeper getting annoyed and exploding this does not appeal to me. So we'll have to watch out for that. But I think we should be good. Like, creepers generally, like, we're on a brown background. It should be fine. And zombies and skeletons, well, they're also pretty fine. We don't tend to worry about those. So, I think we're good. We're good. We're fine. I'm looking at this and I'm like, maybe we turn this into a mixture of a glass dome? Not exactly a glass dome. Or, whoops, wrong one. Something we can light up or let light through. But I'm not sure how we'll do it. But I think it could work. There we go. Boop. We just gotta keep our eye on our fella here there. Because otherwise the poor fellow will end up eaten. And we do have potions again to give to him, but I do worry for his health. I'm sure being zombified multiple times is not good for your health. Like, tick on your health insurance forms. Have you ever been zombied? Yes? No? If yes, then you do not qualify for life insurance. I think that's how it would go. Like... We get another torch here? Yes, we do. Okay. And so I'm thinking what we'll do is with each of these sections, we'll put the glass 1 block higher than this. And that should be the final stage. It would be cool. Like, I'm just thinking it would be cool if we made it like multicolored glass. But I think that would be more effort than it would be worth. Hey, what am I stuck on? One of the things that we can do is we can also go into subsections with the glass, with slabs and things like that, and do patterns. If we look at it and go, you know what, this looks a little bit bland for what is supposedly a shrine in the middle of this whole area of the palace. Like, if we look at it and we're like, yeah, nah, then we can do that. So we do have options. Here we go. Nope. So, perfect. Not so perfect. Wow, that is such a vibe. I'm looking forward to the glass being there. And like, I think doing that sort of thing should be good. I think so. I do like fan art and stuff like that. I think fan art and stuff is really cool. And if anyone ever does end up doing fan art, I would love to see it. Like, fan art's awesome. Fan art's one of those things where I think if you get fan art, then it's a big honor. Because someone cares enough about your stuff and your work to actually make it. The reason why that came up is because I think clipping and stuff like that, that's almost like fan art to me. Because people care enough to spend time to do that sort of thing. And like, it's nice. Of course, like, I know it can be done maliciously and stuff, but yeah. Wait, help? Oh, right, this is the one that we extended. Go back! Return whence you came! That one is... yes, there? Okay, so with these outside ones, once we've got it hunky-dory, we're going to close it off and along the edges so that it actually matches. That, and as an artist myself, I think fan art's really cool because it gives you the opportunity, like, it's pre-packaged inspiration. Like, you see someone's cool design, and if they're chill with you drawing it, then it's like, wow, awesome. Or at least that's how it feels to me. And I think it's neat. There. Perfect. No, we do need that block there. Okay. Trying to figure this out is hard. I think actually we need to go in one. Like that. Yeah, that looks right. Let's go with that. Vaguely correct? No, like that. Okay. Okay, so hopefully we look up, we see what's happening, and it looks right. We're on the right track. Hopefully we're good. I should probably just stop the running and the jumping and the leaping of the buildings and the one tall bound. It does not seem to be working for me. Oh my goodness. All my parkour practice is just going down the drain. Okay. These ones at least. These ones we know what to do. Right across the middle. It's fine. I am. Okay. I think... Actually, this is a good combination. This is good to know. Like this. We should remember this. This is nice. That's really useful. Because, like, if we've got anything like bamboo orientated, then we can stick in a ladder like that. I think it'll work really well. Bother. Okay. Wait, no. I totally forgot about these bits. I was staring at them and I was like, yes! And then my brain was like, what bits? They don't exist. They're merely a figment of your imagination. How cruel and unusual of you, brain. I suppose this is what happens when you actually stare at things for too long. Okay. carefully though. We have it down pat. We remove that, and we remove that. Yes, we good. We good. Yes. Yes, this is good. We like this. And then I'm thinking later on we'll come and fill this in solid. Because that just seems like the correct thing to do. Because this is this area is going to be interacting with the stairwell. Okay. Oh, also, we need to fill in here. I just remembered. We got those back passages to do. Okay. I'm impressed with how many lights there are in this, honestly. Like, I keep looking around expecting there to be dim spots, but I'm like, wow, this is ridiculously bright. It should not be this bright. But I am whoa. Whoa. Oh my word. That is surprisingly imposing, but exactly what we need. Okay. This is great. Do we have any more white? Oop, oop. Okay, that's all. So now we can grab all of this and do this to it. I wish we had more. We just plop this away and this away. Then some of this. Some of this. And we will be back for the rest at a later date. So, the general idea about doing this like this is so that basically it's deliberately allowing clean airflow through the place. And we'll be decorating the pillars a bit more later on. But for now, we just cover these up, make them look posh. And this is basically the only area that is going to be exposed to the elements via glass. And we're going to be making this top layer a bit more posh. So basically this layer is going to be covered. And only these glass bits are going to be showing. Oop. Oh. And basically from there, we get to have a lot of fun. I mean, we could go and trim these down into different shapes, but I think having the odder shapes are more fun. That is the wrong tool. And also, by doing this, it means that, well, we get a really cool indoor garden. And we can also repurpose this top layer into like meeting area or something like that if we make use of these 3 wide grid. If we're careful. But it'll only be a secondary use for the area because of the fact that, well, we got plants down below and this is technically a ceiling. Or the ceiling of this entire place. So we have to be careful about that. But it is something that is entirely on the cards for what we can do with it. Bright side, now we can move in the villager into here so that we don't have to have the villager at risk of a lightning strike or anything like that. So we don't have to worry about our villager getting removed. Because surprise witches are never fun. I'm never enthusiastic about surprise witches. Actually, if we do go for a grid type thing in between, we can come in with some orange terracotta and I think that'll look really good. And then again, I'm a sucker for orange, glazed orange terracotta, because glazed orange terracotta I think has a totally underrated color scheme. With its orange and aqua, it's just like amazing. That, and it also comes in with flowers, which I think will really offset what's happening down below. And I think by doing that, we'll have something look really amazing. But I think what we'll do is we'll leave that until after we've gotten the walls and the other ceilings up, so we can actually focus on everything else. And we've got the general shape and stuff in place. Where is the corner? We have already taken off the corner. This is good. Because if we go ahead and we're like, yeah, we got the glass, or we got the everything, but I think if we end up with like rooftop terraces and stuff like that, like all those little extra details really end up selling that this place is fancy. And that's why we also bother with adding super fancy flooring and stuff like that, because that helps with the whole, yeah, we're posh here. We really are a throne room. We really are a big shrine thing and stuff like that. And it's a lot of fun to do that sort of thing, I think. Like going ahead and doing those sorts of builds, I think it's worth it to spend the time on them. There we go. Actually, we don't need that block. We can take it with us. And I suppose that kind of if you're dealing with, because it comes down to the 80-20 rule, I suppose. 80% of the effort in 20% of the area. So for me, 80% of my effort goes into redstone because redstone is hard. At least for me. Versus for this building, this is easy. This is 20% of my effort. But it's 20% of my effort getting 80% of the results. Like my mob farm, that took like the build time of it. The hardest part was the redstone stuff. And yet it took less than a few hours. And I think having a general idea on what gives the best partitioning of your time is a good general idea in your life. That being said, it is so much better. Like, it's good to be pretty free with your hobbies, because like hobbies are where you learn to grow yourself. And like not necessarily monetizing your hobbies, because that's also where freedom from that sort of thing happens. And I think that's worth it. Okay. So now I think it's just these ones? Yes. Okay. Then you should be able go ahead, see what this looks like. Perfect. So the glass should be a very subtle effect. It shouldn't be too... what's the word? Serious? Too overpowering? Versus everything else where the honeycomb has been a very strong influence, and we've gone and used walls and things to cut its influence down. But this should be very subtle and very, very mild. So if we just go, we chill out and take a snooze. We should be good. Okay. Yeah, I like that. It's not a big change from standard sky, as we can see. But I think it's just enough that it's nice, it's calm, and it's just vibing. Yeah, I'm there for that. Okay, Mr. Villager, where you at? I've come to drag you along to a place. Let us go on a travel. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We're going to end up in some strange place. Don't worry, this isn't your final resting place. I'm pretty sure that one will be in somewhere much, much stranger. So please enjoy your area for now. There we go. All right. So, now we have our villager all settled in. Happy, dandy, perfect. I believe for now. Perfect, lovely. Nothing out of place. We don't actually need to worry about the central area. It's all sorted. We have, I think, these little side bits out around the back. Yeah, these ones. So I'm thinking for these, we'll come in with just a dot of bamboo under here. And we'll do the same for the other side, but mostly we'll come in with some sandstone and endstone. Actually, the bamboo's a bad idea because we're adding blocks, a different kind of block to the area, and it'll be drawing the eye away from this. So we'll come in with some sandstone and some endstone block, and we'll do something similar to here. I think that'll be good. And then we have the giant walls. Well, not walls, but no, they are walls. They are walls. They are just inside walls. And we can start with the moon side, I think, and then we'll work over to the sun side. I think that would be a good way to do it. Like, first time around, the sun got the first dibs. This time round, the moon can have the first dibs. This sounds like a fair exchange. So I figure if we go with a line of sandstone, that's just like a little dribble. If we make it a little bit thicker, and then we fill in the rest of the area like so, this should be good. And we can add just little patches like this. I think that should do the trick. Just so it feels like an extra area, but it doesn't feel super busy or feel like somewhere that's supposed to be looked at. No, I think that works. And if we do the same on the other side, then we're good. Speaking of which, we also need to fix this, but that is for later. Oh! There is a certain something missing from this wall. That seems to be a kind of a pillar. Change of plans. We are actually going to make the wall. So, first off, we need the sandstone. Perfect. Because basically what's happening is, for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning of the stream, this is out by one block. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finagling things. So these pillars won't be looking exactly the same as on the other side. And we'll make a few adjustments. But we'll figure something out. We always do. because they're going to need to be 1 block shallower. I do not speak Mexican, unfortunately, but welcome. So what we're doing is we're building a palace of, and this is a palace of the Wheaton Empire. And these are some of the Wheaton Empire's people. I could have sworn we had honeycomb somewhere. There we go. And we'll grab some more from the bees. But welcome! Anyways, welcome! Thank you, bees! Much appreciated, much obliged! At some point, we have really got to make some candles. And basically, from here, we've got the general roof structure in place. And we're going to be building out the sun side wall. And hopefully, should be good times. Where did we put our bones? Where did we put our bones? Oh, no. We did the thing. We did the thing. I'm doomed. The shulkers have got into ultimate messiness. I can't find anything. Wait, left? Okay, yeah, now is the point where I do not know where anything is. I give up. I don't know. Oh no! I've got to sort these things out after stream. This is a mess. There are many regrets to leaving the shulkers for these long. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have enough bone blocks. At least that's that thing. Also, on the list of things that were found to be miscounted, I found that I put the AFK platform to my mob farm way too high in the air. Way too high in the air. And once I moved it, basically my mob farm went from producing half a stack of bones an hour to so many bones an hour. Like I got a couple of stacks of items from it an hour to a couple of chests full of items in less than an hour. It was great. 10 out of 10. Fixing farms is fun. I swear it is. Because I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll go like this, and then we'll go like that. So we're bringing in the bones, and then 1, 2, 3 on this side. We're bringing in the honeycomb. Oops. Yeah. I have miscounted this. I think this is correct. Yes, this is correct. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. Block there, we're good. This is great. So now this is very, very obviously different, and hopefully, the plan is people look at the fact that it is very, very obviously different rather than, oh my word, why is this miscount a different thickness, and they're like, oh yeah, this is fine. We don't look at the differences in thickness in the pillars. We don't notice these things. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's dandy. Although there is one other thing that I'm gonna look at, and that's the fact that these... No, it doesn't match up there either. So we're fine. We're doing fine. It's great. There we go. Wait. Please work. Ah, we got the skills. Although one day I'm pretty sure we will fall and either our feather falling boots will break and it will be a terrible day for everyone, or I will miscount the distance to the ground. I'm not sure which, but I'm sure it will be my own comeuppance and there will be much regret. I'm not sure which one it will be. Okay, so that should cover our pillar responsibility. You know what? We gotta make that even. That's not it. Neither is that. Like, having it flat and under or halfway like that, neither of those are a vibe I'm vibing with. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make them just a little bit taller. And I think that is going to be how we get around it and make it look good. If we just extend these a little bit, should be fine. And we should work. There we go. It's good. Bam. Awesome. Also, what's going to happen is that is the roof for in here as well. So we are definitely going to have some pillar bracing, probably at a lower height. But just so in general, it's not something we worry about. If we knock out this, and replace it with some of this. There we go. Boom. Da-da-da-da. Actually, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, oh, I really want to put a front door on the, like a front wall on this place. Because if we put a front wall on this place, we'll finally be able to start seeing what this place looks like. Rather than putting interior walls. Oh, decisions. No, we stick with putting the interior wall on, because then we can build off from that. Wait, how tall is this? Oh my word. Okay, I think what we'll do with this is probably on this side, we're going to have a clouded ceiling. I think that'll look good. Is this even? Okay, we go one block down. Okay, so that is our roof height. Ooh, okay, we can do this. Oh my word. So, that is where getting textured blocks comes into it. So we're going to be mostly using cobbled deep slate, but we'll also be using other blocks in the block palette, and then we'll be coming along and adding texture on top. And we'll do this patch by patch. So we won't be going round in circles. We'll be going like section by section. Need that. Want that. Much as I'd love to say I want the black stone, we are not using black stone today. Da 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 da. Want some of that. Okay. We will start with this. And once we run out, we will come back for more. One, two, three, four. Yep, that is all of them. Almost all of them. There we go. Let's do this. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And what happens is we've marked out the windows with the honeycomb, so we know where we're not building. Also, here is the doorway. We don't build in the doorway. We like not building in doorways because then we don't have to carve out the things later. Carving out doorways sucks. Okay. So basically, I figure we do a good chunk of 5, 10, something like that. And we're just working within what we've got. And we get a general pattern going. And on the other side of here, all of this sandstone, we can cover it up, do whatever. Same with the brick. We can converge onto that and there'll be no problems. But that being said, I'd rather not, because that's where everything's going to all land. That is not the English I was looking for. But yeah, so hopefully, if we look at this, we step back, we're getting this whole textured effect. And this is what we're looking for. This is good. This is what we want. And I'm thinking long term, we can actually go ahead and turn this into a cloudy night sky, which I think will work with... Oh, no, bad. We are not doing a cloudy night sky. What we will do is we will do a vaulted ceiling. And the reason why we're not doing a cloudy night sky is because of the fact that it is the Wheaten Empire, and the Wheaten Empire does not have access to magic in the modern day. So they do not have the ability to create a clouded night sky in their throne room. Ah, for shame. I would have broken my law if I had done that. And it's like sometimes internal consistency is so hard. A cloudy night sky would look so amazing, but on the other hand, there are things that can make it look just as cool. But for me, going for a cloudy night sky in the throne room is my go-to. So it's like, yes, we should do it. And like having restrictions like that makes it both harder and more fun, I think, because it forces you to think outside the box and like relearn what's worth it and what isn't. No, not what's worth it and what isn't, because like for some things, maybe that's the right way to say it, because basically, oh no, that does not go there. We do not want that there, because basically when you're like, I think a better way to say it is when to go and push the boundaries of what you're building and when not to, because sometimes you're like, oh yeah, this, for the cool factor, it's worth it to go ahead and have the oddity of, well, let's take this, a clouded night sky floating in the middle of a throne room, on the inside of the throne room. And if you're able to explain that internally within the world, then I think it's worth it. But if you only do it for the cool factor and not for any reason, like perhaps the stonemasons of the palace were able to trade with a stonemason from the Potato Republic, and were able to have them create this night sky for them, then that's worth it. That gives you internal logic, and it says, hey, these guys traded sometime in the past. But if you're not able to do that, then I don't think personally it's worth it. Okay, so with these windows, we've got this external bar here and here, which aren't going to have any blocks that are going to be textured. They're going to be in a specific texture. I'm thinking we're going to go with deep slate tiles, so that we've got a standardized coloration all the way through. So for now, we're going to mark them off like that, and we will come back to them. Speaking of which, let's grab our scaffolding before any mischief happens to it. And by having the basework of a world where you have things that are laid out and specified and stuff like that, like going, yeah, water is acid in this world, so therefore things don't survive in the world, or survive in water, or something like that, then you know if there is an oddity, like, oh yeah, but this civilization has learnt to yeah, I'm so glad. I'm really proud of the moon, like with the clouds and stuff. It's glass art like this has been a favorite of mine for ages. And I don't think I've seen very, like, apart from some people in creative, I don't think I've ever seen anyone really do much with stuff like this. Probably because it takes a lot of space vertically or horizontally to pull something like that off. So, because I think that's 7 or 8 blocks deep. But it's just so much fun. And I think it's worth it. And like it's stuff like that. Like strictly speaking, you'd look at that and you'd be like, oh yeah, technically, like I call that, if I was being super strict with my world building and stuff, I would probably say I should have built it in a different way so that it cannot be seen as something spoopy or magical or anything like that. But I think it's worth it, and it can be interpreted as a foreign stonemason that has come over and been hired, because that's the thing that happens. You hire a foreign stonemason, they help out and they do their thing. And I mean, floating moon. Ah! Staring at my own moon's going to kill me. There's a problem. It's a big problem. Okay. Like, I suppose that's how you know you've done it right. If you can't stop gaping at your own work, then you're like, yes, congratulations. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Do we have any more of that? Yes, we do. This is good. Hi. Boop. There we go. Perfect. Oh, wait, no. Not perfect. There we go. Bullseye. Okay, so I kind of want to avoid doing the window situation because I don't know how big our... You know what? We can work out how big... Avelets, absolutely. Let's do this. We can work out how big we want the window. By going like this. And then looking at it. And like, I think going a couple of blocks higher, and then we'll, on this side, we'll probably add a half slab, because this is the middle block. And, oh, I made a mistake. I need to bring this in all around the edges by 1 block. I did a dumb. Ah. Oh well, we will fudge that. So if we go up by 1, I think that's a good height. I think that makes a good window. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah. Okay. So the honeycomb was marking out where the windows are. So I've got honeycomb on this side as well. And I was using it to count out where the windows are. So the windows are in the exact... I did the exact same thing over this side as well. Oh. Okay. Okay. So the honeycomb is marking out where windows will be. So we'll be able to, and you'll notice that it's the exact same gap measurements and things. This is how I found out that the other room was 1 block wider, 1 block longer. Yes, it didn't used to be. So if I come back over here, it used to be 1 block wider. And I had to chop off 1 block to get symmetrical. So that the living build would work. Because the build would not work because it wasn't symmetrical. Ah! 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 Get me. Yeah. I think I have done so many stitching and nipping and tucking and doing things. Oh, I love walking up to this. It is amazing. Like we deserve walking up to that again. Actually, let's turn that off. Let's grab that so we have an unadulterated view of this. Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's so epic. Wait, what does this look like with the shaders on it? Oh, I love the reflection in the glass. That is amazing. Oh, wow. I can't keep the shaders on for too long, otherwise my computer starts complaining when it's got OBS running. Which is kind of a pity, but it's just, I suppose, how life is. Oh, that is just beautiful. Oh, that is, oh, amazing. Yes. Okay. I think doing stuff like that and having the ability to make something beautiful, but just making something beautiful, I think is really precious. And even if it's not something someone else sees as beautiful, I think it's really worth it. Yeah. Even if no one else ever sees the beautiful thing, just knowing it's there and the pride in the accomplishment, it makes it worth it. Because it exists, and there's something in being able to say, yeah, I did that. I think that makes it really worth it. That is too long. Let's shrink that down. And it makes for a good time. And I think thank you. I think the art is in the making, not the showing off to people. Because while showing off to people is its own reward, I think, which is really funny considering the fact that right now this is kind of showing off to people, I guess. Well, I think with hardcore is special because it's kind of like life. You get one shot, you live on hardcore, and you do the best you get. You only get one chance, and after that it's gone. Now these were 8 blocks high? 9. And like once you're done, you're done. And 9 blocks high. Okay. And with that, you can't have a do-over. So you make the best of what you've got, and from there, like, your seed might be really bad, but having a do-over, like, that doesn't change the fact that yes, I found my ultimate counting tool. Finally. Like, you can't really have a do-over because I think the closest you can have to a do-over is maybe moving away and finding new friends, which, granted, I think makes for a really good do-over sometimes. Because, like, sometimes the people that you make friends with really, really suck. But that being said, I think if you're living on high, when you approach life, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you're doing it like, yeah, this is hardcore mode, you get one shot at this, and that's that. Try to see what kind of days you can get, what kind of builds you can make in your life. I think that's a good way to go, because it doesn't matter who can see it, because you may be in a multiplayer world, but you can choose whether you play solo or multiplayer. because I think it's up to you how much you choose to interact with other people or stuff like that. Okay, yeah, those windows are definitely the right height. Because I think like interacting with people and stuff like that, that is part of what, like, for some people for some people it makes life harder, and for some people it makes life a lot easier. And it also depends on what stage of life they're at too. Actually, let's fill in this part first. Nope. And like, I think yeah, I get you. There are, yeah, pros and cons to SMP. And like, those have to be weighed. And it also, like, I think really depends on who you decide to SMP with. If you get a really good group of people, then they'll be at your back. They'll boost you up when you really need it. They'll help you get your gear together. But if you situate yourself with some people who you think are your friends, but they turn out not to be, then they'll be really sucky. They'll go and leak your base coordinates, and you'll have a really terrible time. And that being said, if you're a terrible friend, you deserve your base coordinates leaked. Like, and I'm meaning a super terrible friend. And like, it also depends on what kind of SMP you're in. Like, there's different friend groups. Oh wow, that is a vibe. Like, different friend groups, they come with different rules, different things that are okay and what's not okay. Like, in one friend group, it might be okay to show up unexpected at their place, and another one, that might be a big no-no. Yeah. Oh. I mean, griefers are the worst, because like, if you think about a griefer in an IRL's context, they're the people that go ahead and they're like, I'm out for myself. I don't care about anyone else. And I might like you now, but this stuff you've gone ahead, you've put together, you've made, I want it. And I don't care if I hurt you. I'm gonna pull it apart because I feel like it. And when you run up against someone like that, it leaves you and everyone around you, and everyone except the griefer, really, really hurt and really damaged. And it'll leave everyone really angry for a really long time. And it's not fair. In which we need to move that over there. And I think the hard part is the fact that people in real life who are griefers half the time that they don't know that they're doing it. Because, like, or if they do know they're doing it, they might be so angry. What's another solution? To hunting down the griefer? Walking away. And, like, cutting the griefer out of your SMP. Banning him. It can be, like, it varies from reason to reason. Like, a griefer can be an admin. And if a griefer's an admin, then, well, you're up shit creek. That can be hard. And I think if a griefer's an admin, then you got a couple of choices there. It's like, you can go to another admin and be like, hey, I've got a problem here. But sometimes admins are closer to other admins than they are to other friends, and that can really be troubling. But sometimes they'll listen. But it can sometimes work. But also, if you choose to walk away and go to a new SMP, or in this analogy, find new friends, then sometimes your good friends from the old SMP might follow you. And that's also okay. Like, it might not be all of them, and it will sometimes hurt. Like, because they may still have friends in the old SMP that you may not see anymore. And that happens. And if that happens, then you can sometimes end up hearing about, oh, so-and-so that you don't play with anymore is busy playing with the griefer, and that might... well, that does suck. But over time, it gets less sucky. And time heals. I would like to say it heals all things, but I'd like to... like, my opinion on it is that it actually heals with yeah, lots of texture, the way we like it. Like, time heals with growth. So you know it was there. You know that the griefer used to be there, but you've learned and you've grown and you've gained new skills. And I think that's the important bit. And you've probably... and by the time the griefer isn't important anymore, the griefer, you would have picked up a whole new group of friends, and the griefer would have either been banned or you'll be on new SMP. Or you would have gained enough skills to go and hunt down his base and deal with them. Like, those are generally how life ends up going. Okay, past side done. Next side done. Like, and Like, I didn't... Ooh. Believe it or not, well, actually, I did go on anarchy servers sometimes, but no, actually, it's an IRL story. I just used Minecraft. Why is... Okay, we gotta fill this in at some point. There is a missing block. No. I was actually bullied for a very, very long time. I am very anti-bullying. However, and those are ways that I ended up coming to terms with, dealing with, putting lifing life, like, yeah. Yeah, thanks. And you can either let it beat you. You can either let the group of friends that you're with stay that way, or you can grow. And and I've been on a lot of anarchy, well, no, not a huge amount of anarchy servers, like a couple here and there over time. Definitely not the modern ones. Like, the modern ones are a whole vibe. Or at least the ones that make it onto YouTube. But the old ones where it was mostly, you know, you stay away from me and I'll stay away from you, and I'm sure we'll be a friend somewhere in there as long as you have something of value to me. Those kinds of servers were ones that I enjoyed being on because I enjoyed digging for clay and stuff. And at that point in time, nobody liked digging for clay. And I was very good at that. Finding things that people needed but didn't want to get. Also really good in economy servers because, like, I'd dig for it, nobody wanted to get it, so got the money really quick. Yeah, I built back then. I built a lot of underground cave bases. I have no idea if they're still existing. They probably aren't, because, well, anarchy. And on the economy and towny servers, I'd just offer my skills as a builder most of the time, and I'd like build paths and stuff like that. Although sometimes I'd go off into the wilderness. I'd usually settle out in the way out in the wop-wops and build something big. The only thing is, land claiming really frustrated me. So half the time I wouldn't claim the land, and then I'd come back one day and my build was claimed. And I'd be like, oh. And I was back at the time, I wasn't hugely faithful in admins or anything like that. So it took a few servers for me to actually get up the gumption to actually talk to the admin team and be like, hey, someone claimed my build. Yeah. That window's too short. Is it? Isn't it? Let's do the count. Yeah, I think. And like the way I see it, it's good because it let people have. Did a block fall down? No, that's a salmon. 9. Okay. Like it helps other people get a free base. Okay, yeah, everything needs an extra block. Here we go. And like, if I manage to go and find my base, then they're doing really well, because by the time I found my base, we were way out in the wop wops. And it wasn't even on a direct diagonal. It would be like 15,000 blocks one way and 40,000? You know, it was, no, not 40,000, but it wasn't a direct diagonal. Although it was nowhere near this level of building. I also wasn't someone who would talk and chat either. Like, I was just one of those mute people who you'd pass and I'd maybe nod. I might do the crouching, you know, the crouching hello where they do this and maybe they'd punch, you know, hi. Or back in the days when sword blocking was a thing, where they'd be like, yes, hi. But nowadays, everyone has shields. Well, shield blocking's a thing. And it's just not the same. All hail the scaffolding. Keeps raining in places where it really shouldn't. We go. Okay. I think for this middle window. Actually, I think what we'll do is we will not have this middle window at all. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, nah, that it's better not having it. It can disappear. Yeah, having it wider and just being like this, I think is good. Oh, that is a vibe. That is a vibe, and I love it. Okay. We need more materials. Okay. Like... I think it's really quite interesting how... Like, you think of online stuff as an escape from reality, like it's away from the social stuff and stuff like that, but in reality it's basically the same thing, just through a different lens, and you can end up doing the same thing over and over again. Grab more of that. Now we've only got how much? 1.5? Grab some of that. There we go. Oh, wait. I should also do the thing I've been forgetting to do for weeks, and that is to say, if you're enjoying stuff, please like. Yeah, I do build empires now. Yeah. Like, I've been trying to remember to be like, oh yes, do the YouTube thing of ask people if they are enjoying it, to do the liking thing, because that seems to be the thing of the YouTube thing. But like whenever I hear it, I'm like, I gotta do this in a way that it's got to be in a more of a flowing way. No, flowing's not quite the right word. Enjoyable way that doesn't seem like it's, I want to say asshole-ish. Like, please subscribe to me. I'm so alone. I'll never be loved if you don't subscribe to me. Like that. No. I think doing this is much better. Like, I think guilt tripping or like guilt tripping or anything like that, I don't like it. But that being said, I think there is some use in... Wait, who's that? Oh, hey Lucky, what's up? It's rainy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the whole like the stream because it gets into the algorithm. Like, you hear it over and over again and it's very frustrating to hear. But on the other hand, it's an actually useful thing that I'm kind of on the conundrum of how do I do this without being one of those frustrating people, because I don't know. I just don't know. There we go. Yeah, it is good for everybody. Because then they get to see more, or are more likely to pop up in their recommendation. How did you get there? I don't want you there. Where is that dark spot? I thought there was enough skulk around. This is terrible. Oh no. Okay, maybe we do need to come in with some... Ah! Skulk gave off light! This is terrible! Okay! No! Okay. Put some tactical lichen in this place. Oh! How dare you spawn in there? You're not allowed to spawn in there. Oh my word. Okay. Tactical lichen time. Let's go. Also, oh yes, we've got a couple of things we can actually offload. Get rid of that. Let's get rid of the bamboo and the prismarine. Oh, and grey stained glass. Yes, we need one of those. Tactical lichen. Let's go. Could it possibly be saved by slabs? I don't. Maybe. I think in some places we could swap it out for slabs, but I don't think in most spaces, because we've got smooth basalt mixed in and it was spawning also on... Oh, thank goodness. Here? Wait, how is it? Oh, right. Those are the clouds. Okay. So. Okay, so maybe if we place it on these, like this, it shouldn't be too bad. Just have to navigate, because it's only the areas where it... Actually, we can fix that temporarily by going like this and turning off our texture pack. Oh, this looks so bad. Okay, so that's a 4-block radius. So now we're down near the moon. Those are lighting up the moon. We don't need to worry about that. If we stick some there, actually that connects really well. And then I think if we add a little bit here, regret. That would be amazing if diamond ore glowed. Okay, I think that should be enough to stop all the mobs spawning. And we should be able to skedoodle out of here. You know, on one hand, this really shows off the effect way better, but on the other hand, it really looks terrible. Okay, 1, 2. 3, 4. Problem solved. Hopefully. Let's turn that texture pack on before we actually have to look at that anymore. Which one's giving light level 7? Because those give off light level 4. So... And then we've got most of these areas being 4 block. Yes! Yes, I got this! Wait, did I say light level 7? Oops. I meant light level 4. 4. It gives light within a 4-block radius. If we really need to. Okay. I'm looking at that. On one hand, it's practical. On the other hand, we might come in with some glass. Maybe. And just fill it in. Oh, wait. Lichen gives off light level 7? I'm confused. I'm so confused. So hopefully yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm hoping, like, if we finish this area of the wall and we don't like the lichen, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not sure about it because it's quite intense. Like, especially from far away, it looks very noisy. That being said, we could swap it out for maybe amethyst buds and hope they look like stars. I think that would be okay. But like, I'm looking at it from up close and it looks better. And this will be the area that we're actually looking at it from. And the mobs were only spawning in this immediate area. So we'll keep an eye on it, see how it goes. If it does stay, then it's good. If it doesn't stay, then we will work on it. Because the amethyst buds, they produce a stronger light, amethyst clusters. But if we do that, then we can mix in amethyst buds as well and dot them about so that they look like stars, just like we've got the diamond ore. I think that'll also work. But again, it's sort of that whole... This is a change in the build that... If it's... No, I keep looking at it. I don't think it's going to change my opinion on it. Let's go get some amethyst. Some space. We can get some more space. We good. Yeah, this I don't think is going to change my opinion. So let's swap things out. Get some space. Bamboo. Because we can go ahead, add these. And have a little bit of fun. And I think this should fix the problem. Oh, wow. Those are some serious windows. It also feels really out of place right now. Hopefully, we should have that fixed real soon. Okay. So, we go like this. And then we just step out for a moment. Step out, step up, step around. Okay, yeah, I think that is better. That is definitely better. Because that is giving a lot more of a star vibe than whatever the heck we're doing with the lichen. And we can mix in the littler buds and have a bit of fun. Bloop. And that should give us enough light to work by. And we can tuck these pretty much anywhere we like and not have any problems, hopefully. This does seem to be working. Medium, large, okay, cool. And as long as we have it around the entire area, I think we should be good. we fit through? No, we cannot. That is too close to the moon. I think that is about as close as we need. Oh my word, that is a lot of rain. Is that why you were there? Okay. But hopefully, because if we're having these being stars, basically what we'll want these to do is to be very good imitations of being stars by... Let me through, please! I think this is my only way through. Maybe? No, okay. By actually going and having the light like this, I think we should be good. Hopefully. Okay. Behind these clouds, they're nearly impossible to get around. I can't see where I'm going. I keep crashing into things. Okay. So hopefully with this, once we get upstairs, there should be no mobs spawning, right? I see no mobs. We seem to be good. Things seem to be happy. Okay, that looks good too. We're winning. Awesome. Okay. We need some of that, some of this, and some of that. We sorted. Yes. Okay. Oh no. Yep. That. Oh, yeah. And I think little details like between the lichen and stuff like that are really important sometimes, because it can make the difference between whether you end up wanting to spend time with something or whether you end up walking away from a build. Like, because if you go ahead and you're like, oh yeah, this is okay, I can work with this, then it sort of makes you feel like it's mediocre in the end. But if it's something that you're really proud of, then it's really worth it. But on the flip side of that, if it's something that you end up really pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you end up really frustrated about it, then that's also not worth it, because you end up getting super frustrated about it, and it just can get really annoying. Oh no, wait, no. And so finding your own personal balance on what's worth it and what's not can be super helpful in life, because you can end up finding the point at your own balance where it's like, yeah, I like this, and we have found where it's worth it to stop and where it's worth it to continue. We bring that down so it makes it feel like that's coming down. Yep. Like, on one hand, I really want to fit... You know what? We can finish this in reasonable time today. That'd be really good. On one hand, it'll make this a really long stream today, but I think it'll kind of be worth it. Okay, so this store is basically a servant store. So I'm thinking 5 blocks high because it's compared to the windows, it's not huge and it's also on the ground, but it's still a posh spot. So, or it's in a posh area. So we're not worrying about it being super lost or anything like that. Lost isn't the word. Super tiny, or having tiny amounts of resources spent on it. Although that being said, it is in comparison very discreet compared to the windows. So we can take it where we really want. We got that? Yeah. Everyone is partying tonight. I thought I had that lit up. I suppose it's good to have them there rather than with our villager. Wait, speaking of which, is that area lit up? I'm just thinking about it and I'm like, I'm not entirely sure. Yes, okay, this is good. Like, villager paranoia has just hit. But we can work with it. Doo. We go like that. And I think it's also good if you end up understanding where your personal limits in what you're actually able to do at a time are. Because for some people, they're able to put in a chunk of effort for a long time. But you'll probably find that the chunk of effort is lower. Like lower for longer versus someone who's able to put in a higher chunk of effort for a short amount of time. Like the comparison of sprinting versus marathon running. And that can play a part in like all sorts of skills and things like that, because some people, they find that like for studying and stuff like that, and for some people they find that they do really well studying long periods and stuff like that. Apparently. I have never personally found much luck in that, but hey, I personally found that I had a lot more luck with like short 5-minute bursts and then listening to a song and then coming back. But again, like it's an individual taste. And everyone is sort of different. Comes with the territory of being human. I think if we go like this. And like stuff like that, I think is really cool. Here we go. So the reason why this is not going to have windows on it is because we've got this servant staircase, and then I'm thinking that halfway down the build thing, we can have some servants' rooms, or at least the top of servants' rooms, and I think that'll be really cool. why. I keep thinking that I've been using the cobbled deep slate way too little, and then I use it and I'm like, hey, I've got it there, and I've got it there, and I've got it there. I've got it in all. Wait, are we out of? Oh my goodness, we are out of cobbled deep slate. This is terrible. Not cobbled deep slate. Deep slate bricks. This is terrible. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Oop. Oop. Here we go. Hopefully, wait, do we? Yes, okay. For a minute there, I was like, oh no. We're down even more bricks. This is terrible. But it's fine. Oh, wow. Oh, this is a vibe. This is a vibe, and I'm here for it, and I love it. How did we forget about that whole entire column? Yep. Here we go. Okay. I think. Okay, I'm thinking like we should be able. Yeah, I think we can get to the end of this. Also, I'm thinking that once we figure out how tall we want the door, we'll probably cut out a whole bunch of this and turn it. We'll go with the whole deep slate tile treatment that we've done with the windows and stuff. I think that'll be good. And I think after that, we should be good. Like, I think doing this sort of stuff is really calming and just chill, because there's no counting involved. Like, I don't have to count out how many blocks go where or with what or anything like that. It's really, really great, and I love it. It's not so nice. It's the best. All hail the no counting method. That being said, like, I suppose it's not really the no counting method because all the counting was done earlier. So maybe this is the post counting. This is the remainders of the counting that used to exist. So now we do the counting afterwards. Maybe that's how it works. Either way, I appreciate it. This is nice. I like this. So stress-free. There's no worrying. The only worrying that is involved is whether or not I will have to tear it all down because I miscounted before I did all of this. And even if there is some miscounting involved, I'm not tearing this down anymore. It is set in stone. Figuratively and literally, there is deep slate involved with this now. I'm not tearing this down anymore. It's fine. It can stay here. It can be miscounted for all eternity later. Even if it is out by 1 block. And I can just be happy and accept this. If I do find it out by 1 block, I don't think I can be happy and accept it. But I will accept it. Because it will be called character growth. Because I'm pretty sure that's how it works, right? You get something you don't like, and then bam! It's called character growth. Actually, we don't have any chiseled deep slate in there. Oh well, it's fine. We don't need any chiseled deep slate in there. We can use it as its decoration later. Gosh, that's looking like an evil overlord's lair right now. Love it. Oh. I think the only disappointment is the fact that when we do the other side, I'm not sure we'll be able to get it to look as amazing because of the fact that unless, like, we might be able to get it with some sandstone and stuff like that mixed in. But sandstone's quite the contrast to endstone, so we're going to have to do some tricky planning. I might have to work out some block palettes in creative mode before we, like, in between streams. Oh, that's gonna be so weird. Because for some reason, I thought that endstone had a few more variants to it, but apparently not. Like, when I started this build, I was like, oh yeah, endstone can be used for most of the things. It's like deep slate, right? Nope. Nope. You get 1 block. You get 1 block, and that's basically it. And it is. On one hand, I am really vibing with this bright moon cheese thing that we've got going on. On the other hand, it is really restrictive, but it is quite nice to work within artistic restrictions sometimes, so there is that. But I think trying to figure out something that'll make the main throne room of the sun really pop is the more important part than actually sticking with the theme, because having the 2 throne rooms really pop is the important part. Because if we have the throne rooms pop, then that's our main thing done. Like that's the main work. There we go, that's the word. That's our main work done. Also, when was the last time we slept? I don't remember if we have dealt with phantoms in a while. Oh well. We can work until we get phantoms. Like, I'm personally not worried about phantoms if we're working under a roof, but phantoms are such a pain when you're outdoors. Let's swap this one out. There we go. Okay. Oh, this has just leveled up the entire area so much. Oh, I'm here for this. This is so cool. Okay. So hopefully this should be... Wait, this is the last bit. And then we have all the walls in place, ready for some fun stuff next time. And hopefully, like, actually, we can probably safely say about 12 blocks high, 11 blocks high for the door. No, if we make it the same height as that, which is, actually, that was about 11, 12 blocks high. I think that would be good. Because by doing it that way, we actually keep the whole symmetry vibe of the place going. So if it's the tall height, yeah. And if we do that, then we can get into a bit of mischief. Yep. Why do I keep putting that block down? Okay. Here we go. Bring that up. Okay. Like, I think going and having a whole... doing these throne rooms has been a whole heap of fun. Although it is a test of patience with the whole symmetry thing. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've been tested in that sort of thing for... or at least quite so badly in quite some time. But I think it's worth it, because like, this is a vibe. Like that? And like, I think one of the things I like to do with builds is make it feel like it was ripped out of creative mode sometimes. Because if you've got people accusing you of creative mode, then you know you're doing it right. Because, like, if you've got people accusing you of creative mode, then, or creative mode or mods or anything like that, then to me, it's like, yeah, good skills. Let's swap that one out for this. Okay. Nope. Wait, why am I hearing a skeleton? We should not be hearing a skeleton. We have no torches. Okay. Oh, this looks amazing. We've got to fix this, however. We just pop some of that out. Maybe like that. Grab some of that. There we go. So much better. Amazing. Perfect. Okay. I hereby call this complete. So, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for coming. It's been a real blast, and I hope I will see you again next time.